Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're now tuned in to Fix Pro Tips. I'm your host, Coach Fig, and today I got a special guest with y'all, man. Introduce yourself.
BK Maestro, BKMy $TRO.
BK Maestro, man. BK stands for, you see the hat, Brooklyn. All right. Y'all know I'm from the Bronx, so this is a New York type of pod, man. We're about to bring that New York energy. Gonna get y'all familiar uh, with his music, where he gets his creative thoughts from, and what the process is like creating the music. Um, we're gonna go into a quick little sample, so y'all can hear it, and then after that, we'll jump into this part, man. This is Tears on My Bankroll, y'all.
Like intimate conversations with George Washington, Lincoln, Hamilton, Franklin, Jefferson.
You can perform your shit for the people if you want to, bro. Real shit. Let them know this is really
So
you.
right now, this is listen. This is listen. I want them to imagine the performance. Flames inside my chest, got a heart on good in charcoal. All this weight get heavy, see what else to let go. I'm cruising for a bruising gray, I do not lose control. Counting up to feeling low. Got tears all on my bankroll. 5 a.m. Stare at the ceiling, wonder where did all the time go. Lately been losing my friends, gaining more rivals. Trying to talk to God, my hand on the Bible. But like some dirty laundry, and niggas stuck inside the cycle. I just want big funds, don't really care about being on TV. I know some niggas with big guns, I don't think they shooting BBs. They wonder how I be blind to the hell. Guess you can call me Stevie. Remember when I said that I was gonna be the greatest and they didn't believe me?
Facts.
Flames inside my chest, got a heart all good in charcoal. All this weight get heavy, see what else to let go. Cruising for a bruising gray, I do not lose control. Counting up to feeling low. Got tears all on my bankroll. Don't say I'm a rapper, Shit say that I rap. Don't say I'm a trapper.
I'm gonna stop it right there. Hey, y'all, listen. BK Maestro, all right, and that's Tears on My Bankroll. You're on all major platforms, or is it exclusively on YouTube for now? What's
Nah,
just
it's
what's
on all major platforms. Everything I made in 2021 and before is on all platforms.
all major platforms, y'all? So whatever you stream on, Spotify, iHeart, whatever else is out there,
Right.
Apple
Amazon
Music,
Music,
Amazon, hey,
Deezer.
wherever you can find me, you can find him. That's pretty much the message, all right.
Yeah.
Um, so let's let's dive in. For in case you're not familiar, when I do pods, I like to go back. I don't just because we know where you at right now, so I need
Yeah.
to know how you got here. All right.
Right.
So you're from Brooklyn, and then so you live in Florida now,
Right.
and what inspired you, or at what age was you inspired to make music? When did you decide that? What did this begin in Brooklyn, or did this begin in Florida?
So it began in Brooklyn, but at the time when I was thinking about it, I didn't allow myself to like go forth with it because I was like, dang, everybody want to be an artist. Not an artist, but everybody want to be a rapper, basketball player. The typical things that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
be in Brooklyn. So originally, I wanted to be a scientist. I still do want to be a scientist. Like I like science. But when I told that to my dad, he held me accountable for that. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna pick something a little easier. Right? Truthfully, that's how I was. I was like 7. So I'm like, I wasn't really thinking that far ahead. I'm just like, no, science just sound cool. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was just
yeah.
being imaginative. But then as I started growing up and realizing that like these things actually you gotta work for it.
That's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into being a scientist.
So then as I'm growing up, I was tapping into like a lot of different things I like to do, and it was hard for me to choose what I wanted to do.
Yeah, lock in on something. I mean, you're 7 years old, right? 7, 10 years old. I mean, that's
Yeah, I'm like dealing with like school, home, all these things. I'm like, I don't even like my mom was everywhere,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I was listening to a lot of Eminem, Lil Wayne, um, 303. I don't know if you know that is.
303 Boys, right? It was 303 Boys or 305 Boys?
I think it was 303, but it was they got a song called like "Don't Trust the Hoe." Don't trust the hoe. It's like more of like it's like kind of like an emo song, but
Gotcha.
you know that just reflects like how I was feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
But like these certain things, different type of music I was listening to, like Jimi Hendrix, like all these different sounds and things like that. Like it kind of like made me feel like separate from like the world. Like I felt like I was
That was
free.
your escape zone. That was like, but that's, I mean, that's really what most people use music for anyway, right? Because
Yeah,
music is so relatable. There's a genre for everybody. There's a subject. There's a sound. Like there's not one person in this world that does not enjoy music.
right.
So it sounds like you took a collage of all of that and then you made that like your getaway.
Yeah, and like the things they were saying, like the music was like not just
Well,
like
back then there was actual context to the music. Back then
yeah,
there was substance to the music.
yeah. Like nowadays you can still listen to music and get the feeling and like vibe and stuff like that. But like not you're
I
not getting the
I know.
all right. Sorry, all
We're
right.
gonna get to that. I want your back. I'm just saying I
All right,
don't, but yeah, yeah,
all right. So
I know what you're saying.
back to the story. So like listening to all these artists like Lil Wayne, what's that one song? Um, said life's a bitch. I'm like the dirt on you do dirt on it. And made a wildflower. I forgot the name of the song, but things
Oh,
like
that's
that. Like
that's Lil Wayne Eminem.
yeah, or
No
like
love.
yeah, no
Yeah,
love,
no
or
love.
like how to love, or Slim Shady, you know, Stan, like these type of songs, like making me think. So I'm like, it make me think about things other than my situation.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, yeah, it takes you away from your day to day reality.
Yeah, and then I would be freestyling like all the time. I'll be writing in my notes and stuff like that, but I would never ever show it to nobody. Like it was
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
secret until up until like
So what I will say, not to cut you off, what I will
yeah,
say is when you're doing music, you're always gonna be your biggest critic. So
it's like
so until somebody will tell you that shit is fire, it's hard to kind of build that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to do music a long time ago. My music way different from what comes out these days,
yeah,
right? I stopped doing music because I was practically telling on myself. Because my writing was from like what I was really doing, and really going through. And then as I got older, I learned about concept writing. You know concept writing? Yes,
explain
no.
it.
Well,
I
concept
mean,
writing.
I use my context clues to kind of like figure out what it
Well,
is.
yeah. So the concept writing is just that. Like, you could write an ill record about somebody cheating and be single. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Right,
cheating on nobody, but you know what cheating is about. You know how you hear people feel about it. So you could probably write the illest 16 for somebody, and they'll spit it or they'll sing it. And so that's concept writing. And so once I learned concept writing, then I kind of got back into it. But then I realized, man, it's a young man sport. I'm too I'm too New York to be playing these Instagram games. I'm liable to really not no more. I'm a father,
yeah,
husband. I'm a God fearing man. Like I'm all of the above now. But back then, it was different. We still had that mentality to go run down the DJs, make them spin records. You can't do that these days. You know what I'm saying? And I don't recommend that for no artist. If you're an artist and you listen to this part, you see this part, I'm not telling you how to run down the DJs, man. Respect the DJs, protect the DJ. But what I'm saying is that um, when you're making music, until somebody doesn't, yo, I like that record, yo, that verse was fire. I mean,
mm,
yo, what was that bar you said? Until you don't get that feedback from somebody, it does take a little longer to build that confidence when you got like a million other artists that are already validated.
and
So
they already established.
until you don't get that, just it doesn't matter who it is, as long as you got somebody like, yo, I'm rocking with that record. Oh, yo, this song is fire. That's when you start to be like, oh yeah, I got something here. So I know
Mm,
exactly where you're coming from and shit. But so back to it.
yeah,
So you got a book full of rhymes. Always freestyle to yourself. At what point do you say somebody got to hear this?
wasn't up until I turned 19. Like it was a
Bro, that's
oh,
12 years, bro.
I'm saying, bro, I could have already been started. But
Yeah,
like the
that's
thing
12
is,
years.
for me, like I said, I was like music was like my escape, but at the same time, listening to music was my escape. Not making the music,
Got
but
you.
when I started like making my own rhymes and stuff like that, it all started because my dad he had like a book of poems,
Mm.
right? He would like read it to me or freestyle them to me and things of that nature. But then I'm realizing like other people do this too. So I'm like, but not everybody does it on the same level. So as I'm listening to certain artists like Eminem, for example, like the wordplay, the analogies and metaphors, like Lil Wayne, like all these different ways of literature, like how they play with words. Right, that's when I'm kind of like thinking about it differently. I'm like, I could really take these words and like portray an image or how I'm feeling, and like it's like it's an art,
Yeah,
and
nah,
that's
exactly what it is. I mean, that's why you're an artist,
right.
right?
But what I didn't realize was like making art was really the thing that I was looking for, right? Because I like drawing, I like uh, writing, dancing, anything that's like artistic. Even playing sports is art. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
but like,
Takes a lot of training, a lot of skill, just like drawing. You have to go over and over and over before you can master these lines, how to get the shading properly, how to. So yeah, no, you're definitely right. You got it all ties in together, and it sounds like you have that in you, right, from young, right. So 7 to 19,
yeah,
it's a 12-year gap before you even put music out. Decide to do music seriously, right? At what age do you transition from New York to Florida?
15.
15.
So,
So you're a teenager. You was you wilding already, or like
all right,
you was a cool teen, like what? Because I was
all right.
wild. 15-year-old me was I was wilding.
Look, I was bugging, but I wasn't like super bugging. Like these kids nowadays are
There's levels to it.
yeah, it's like levels to bugging. It's like
I
it's
got you.
like hey, but the tonality is how you know if you on a different level. It's like yeah, you bugging, bro. Or like yo, you bugging, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Now you know what though? You're right though, because that's a New York thing though. Because like yo, you wilding right now. I'm like nah, he wilding. So you right. Like I don't know why. Yo, what's up with New York? And we always like gotta double down on something to get our point across. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. That's bugging and bugging is two different things. So you were just like bugging. You wasn't on that.
yeah, like I would sneak out the house like late at night, parkour. Like me and this one dude, we used to, like I was in middle school. I was like seventh, eighth grade, and I used to do parkour. I used to like be climbing buildings and all kind of crazy, not skyscrapers, but
Yeah.
like
Nah,
3, 4 story buildings, like stuff like that, and like
you out of control for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. You out of control. Like me when I was younger, we used to play manhunt a lot.
that too,
Um,
you know.
and so not to get caught. I was jumped from like roof to roof, but it wasn't a big gap. You know what I'm saying? One building is slightly higher than the other. You know what I mean? Would I do it today? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no,
But back then, I didn't even think about it. I just went for it. You know what I'm saying? We
that's what I'm
did
saying. Like, I
we
didn't even
climbed for
have
ice escapes and all that. So yeah, I get it. But parkour is something totally like you're choosing to do this just because.
yeah, like it was like I don't know. I like running and like it just
The rush, you like the rush, the adrenaline you get out of
yeah, like it
that.
just depends. Like knowing like I can make that or I can jump over that or like we used to clear fences. Like there's a
Yeah.
different. All right, I'm gonna try out something. There's a difference between hopping the fence and clearing the fence, right?
Educate him, because I don't know about this. So educate me too.
So like say this is the fence. You can climb the fence, right? Or you can do a little one hand hop over the fence, or two hands jump over the fence. But when you jump over the fence, not touching it at all, just jump straight over it.
Just clearing it.
That's clearing the fence.
Heard that.
So if you clear the fence or clear a bench or whatever, you jump over it, no hands, don't touch it with your feet, nothing.
So that give you like status. That's like in the parkour world, that should give you some sort of status, no? Like if
Yeah, it
I'm
can.
a climber, right, and like she's a hopper, and they know you for clearing it, that makes you the man.
Not really, because it's different. It's a lot of different categories in parkour. It's like, cause like there's somebody who can, climb a building faster than I can. Like the buildings is like there's an open in the middle, and they just like have the hands on each
Yeah,
side, and
yeah,
they
yeah.
just be going, or like somebody that could come down like a tall like a building, and like probably swinging from like Tarzan, like but they going down,
I ain't gonna
going
hold
back
you.
down to
I
the
ain't
bottom.
doing. I'm not even trying none of the above, bro.
But clearing is just like, it's not really like anybody can clear something if you can jump, right? If you
Yeah,
can,
no, I'm with you. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm saying like I can clear the sidewalk, but you can clear like a 4 or 5 or a 6 foot fence. Let's just say that
but it's
that
something
gives you a different level of status. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, to a degree. But you have to actually jump over something, not
Yeah,
just like
I'm with you. But what I'm saying is, if you can clear a 4 foot, let's say a 4 foot fence, that's like the standard fence thing, right? 4 foot fence, and I can't. That gives you status over me.
yes. And
You get?
in this situation,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, I might be the baddest at clearing the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? but you got me on that 4 foot fence. How long did the parkour thing last with you?
that
Like
was
when you
like
moved to
pretty
Florida,
much
was you still doing it?
not really. I got more into skateboarding when I got
Skateboarding. So what
like
influenced that? That was Lil Wayne. Be honest,
all right. There's a lot of
because
different
I've,
things.
I've
It was
spoken to a lot of people.
like Lil Wayne was a part of it. Yes, like when I seen like
Shout out to Wayne, man, giving the kids something better to do, man.
definitely. And I used to my sister, older sister, she used to have a skateboard. It was like a little beat up skateboard, and I would
Okay.
ride it in the hallways of our building. The hallways is like you know how a project building
Yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah.
hallways is not that
They
wide.
narrow as shit.
So like
Yep.
I'm
You
in
got
there,
door after door after door.
so I'm
Okay.
rolling down the hallway, and every time I'll lift the board up to turn around, like it's a really is
Narrow, yeah.
so like I had to hit real fast. But then like doing that, I'm like I started watching. I also had this game, the Tony Hawk game. Where you get the actual
Oh, Tony Hawk,
board
yeah, 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 yeah.
and you like hook
Tony
it
Hawk,
up.
everybody play that shit.
Yeah, so I
Pro
had like
skater.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I had that like a lot of different things and tech decks and all this stuff like that. Like it got me into skateboarding, and then when I moved out here, because I never could find a skate park in Brooklyn.
I mean,
Like
they were there. They just wasn't used for skating.
yeah,
That's the problem. Same thing in the Bronx. We got beautiful skate parks that no one skates at because it's the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's the Bronx. They getting money in that park.
But I also didn't have a skateboard either. Like my sister's skateboard was like it was hers for one, for two, it wasn't like
It was
it,
good enough for the hallway. So, and not to cut you off again, but there's a difference in skating in a hallway and skating on the ground.
yeah, and
Because the
also the
ground is not smooth, it's not even, it's not level. So like you really gotta. I think it's harder to get your balance in the hallway though, because it's such a smooth. Once you step on it, that skateboard's ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? But being that you do skateboard, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Was
no,
it
you're right.
harder
Cause
for you to skate on the road than it was in the hallway, or
all right, so in the hallway the floor is smooth, so there was a lot of slipping and sliding and falling off the skateboard at first.
you bust your ass?
Yeah, plenty of times, but is but now I can stay on a skateboard without falling off, which is different. Like with anything, it's steps, it's
Yeah,
a process.
repetition, man. The more you do it, the better you get.
But like if I'm just driving in the garage, like garage skateboard in a parking lot, the floor is asphalt, so it's bumpy compared to like that's why skaters usually try to find smooth surfaces anywhere they can find it. But it's um like a patio, like at a Starbucks or something, like anywhere where the ground is smooth,
Yeah, yeah.
then we know that okay, it's not only safer for us to do this here, but we also have more. We can build up more speed.
More
We can
speed, yeah.
different factors that play into a smooth ground compared to a bumpy ground or where there's rocks and sticks and stuff like that. But I got to roll back a little bit because um, skating and parkour, like both of those things, those are like typically things people wouldn't really like. They're interested in it, but they really wouldn't do it
Yeah, no,
themselves.
I ain't got. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm intrigued and shit. I'm just letting you talk because, like, you know, two complete different experiences growing up in the city. Like for me, I was like, I took bikes, right, and skateboard. I felt like I couldn't get away from somebody if I had to on a skateboard. So I didn't want to be on a skateboard. You know what I mean? It was intriguing. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was able to do back in the day. I don't know what it's called. Where you lay the board on your foot and you kind of jump and you land on it. What's that called?
You put your foot on the board.
No, no, like the board is on your foot. Like you lay it upside down, wheels are up, and you just jump and land on the board. That's like
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't think of the name
well,
of it, but
that's
I
as
know what you're
far as
talking
I
about.
got with a skateboard. You know what I'm saying? I used to rollerblade. I did rollerblades. Um, Parkour we didn't do, but like I said, we played a lot of manhunt, so like I was okay with jumping from one roof to the next.
See, and
But
that's where the parkour also it helps you in manhunt. Nobody was catching me. Like
Yeah, nah, I believe it. Like when you doing, there was one cat we used to play with. And he was always last. Everybody just give up. Like, all right, we're not gonna catch him. Just everybody give up.
Yeah, because imagine chasing somebody and they jump over it,
Yeah, nah, he
and
was
you're like,
different. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
you
was,
right there to grab the catch them when they
yeah,
just
yeah.
hop over
Hop over
something, and
something.
you're
Yep,
like,
yep, yep. Jump on the gate from the gate to the tree down there on the other side. By the time you climb over, they hopping back over. Yeah, yeah. It's
nah,
too much.
I wasn't Tarzan, but like
Yeah,
I was.
my man. Just shout out to Jay, man. My man Jay. He was always last. Anytime we played, he was always last to get caught, bro. Like it'd be the whole hood chasing this one motherfucker. We couldn't catch this motherfucker because he was willing to do the shit that you wasn't willing to do. So he always got away, always. But yeah, nah, man, yeah, that was good times, man. Shit, you took me back a little bit. So not to get off topic though. Um, so you found yourself doing parkour. You find yourself skateboarding. Um, at what point do you build up? Because I mean, you're talking about you did school in New York. You never try to spit to your friends like, "Yo, listen to this." Because
I
like,
would to a degree, but at the same time, it's when people are quick to tell you why you can't do something, or why you shouldn't do something,
yeah, 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 yeah. But
because
that's
of
why you gotta go
how
against
they
the
believe,
grain.
right? And yeah, exactly. But the thing is, for me, like that whole period of living in New York, I didn't know who I was. Like I always had a sense of like there was something bigger out there, and there was something for me out there, but out there as in the universe in the world. But I didn't really have a sense of self. So I've all these interests and things that I be doing, but none of it I'm thinking about it long term career wise. How can I benefit off of this? Like
I
I'm
mean,
not
you're a
thinking about
kid though. I mean, you're a kid though. Think about
yeah.
it. Even like right now, I don't think at your age you can really. If I was like, yo, you could pick one of these five things, and I will for sure make it. This is what you do for the rest of your life. You wouldn't be able to pick it.
So I got too many things that I want to do.
The point that I'm making. See what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
if you had to, so at between 7 to what you said you moved here at 15.
yeah.
So between 7 and 15, man, you talking about 8 years. You're a kid, bro.
But my thing is like even though I was a kid and like biological age wise, like I was always
Yeah,
thinking
no,
though,
yeah,
like
mentally. I mean, first of all, growing up in the city, you're forced to grow and mature a lot faster than you could be like 12 in like New York and go to like Arkansas or Kentucky, and you're like 30 years old over there, bro. Because like they're so far behind the way they live. Not even bullshitting, like not even trying. No, this is not a shot at y'all. You know what I'm saying? But this is just facts.
nah,
Um,
the city I never sleeps, bro. We just constantly moving, constantly.
so um, you spit a couple bars, let's say at school, because I mean we used to do it too. We would do ciphers. I was from the everywhere. You had like two, three people kind of that would beat
On the
the lunch
tables, yep.
tables. You know what I'm saying? And you found that beat, you spit whatever, whatever, and then you know. So did you ever have that experience?
Yeah,
So
but
so then you were spitting, bro. Come on, you're
I
skipping
was
steps. Now hold on, man.
look.
Don't
I said that.
shortchange us.
I
Give
said
us the goods, man.
I said I was I was rap to other people, right? I'll even rap at home, but it was just like it wasn't something that I really considered doing. Like it was always a thought, basketball and rapping. There was always thoughts in my head.
Did you
But
play ball for school?
I played when I moved to Florida, and not New York.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get to that in a second. But yeah, so all these things were just interest. It was like it wasn't even a hobby yet. It wasn't something I even did on an everyday basis or like once a week. It was just whenever I thought about some fire bars, I'd be like, oh, but I never write it down. Or sometimes I'll just be, just start rapping out of nowhere, out of the blue. But now, like, I do it like almost every day.
So
Like,
you push the pen every day. Um, when you write, are you writing based on your mood, emotion? Are you writing based on current events? Something that you've seen that might have inspired you? Are you writing based on like the current sound and music right now? Like what gets your pen going?
it's a little bit of everything, but mostly what I see on the everyday. Like,
So
because
would it safe to say you do like you're a conscious rapper, conscious artist?
I would like to say I'm a conscious artist, but I'm also trying to, because I understand how music, like I said earlier, music everybody. It can touch everybody. Music doesn't have you don't need permission to touch it. So like once you hear it, no matter how much doors you
Yeah,
got up, how much guards you
yeah,
have,
nah, nah.
it's gonna seep through one of those
It's
cracks
gonna get you.
and it's gonna touch your heart. And so when I make music, like when I first started taking it serious, my first song ever was called "The Preach." It's now called "Savior." That song, I believe it was like George Floyd died. And then
Mm, I gotta pull that one up.
I woke up that day, and I just laid there. This was in Florida when I made this song.
You said it's called Savior.
Yeah,
Oh, so wait, is that available as well? It is.
yeah, it's everywhere.
Got you.
So like when I was growing up, thinking about music, I was not really keen to like. It's a lot of things about music that people don't understand. Like it's frequencies, it's different things about music, vibrations, rhythm, to where that's the reason why it's touching it. So like, cause you can hear a song and it just don't sound pleasing to you. You're like, but you can hear a song and you listen to it for the next 20 years.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yeah, I think it has to do with how you are tuned to listening. Like your ears are. Uh, um, when I was a bouncer in New York, there was like 3, 4 spots that I could have been at on any given weekend, right? And there was one spot called Mason Dixon, and they played like straight country, like it's like what the fuck. But I was on my grind, so I would post up in that shit 6 long fucking like the most miserable hours of my life in that motherfucker, right? But after a while, it's not so bad. I'm not
No, but
learning the lyrics, but I'm like I'm getting paid. I gotta hear this shit over and over every weekend or every other weekend. You're hearing this shit, and then you. So it's based on the tuning. So if you grow up listening to that shit, that's the only sound you know. You're gonna naturally gravitate to that. Versus like someone that grew up listening to country, and then you throw some hip hop on or some like Spanish. Like I'm Puerto Rican, right? And my ears aren't tuned to Spanish music. I don't really listen to Spanish music. So you get what I'm saying?
because you're not on that frequency. Like the same thing with how music used to be about love and all that kind of stuff. People was in that frequency to where
It
that
still
music was.
is. I'm an R&B thug. I tell
But
people all
look,
the
this I'm getting to this though. So
time.
now, even though I'm from New York, right? I don't listen to drill music. People
Good.
always look at me crazy. I'm like,
But drill music is not New York music. I said it.
yeah,
Drill music is not New York music. Stop biting this drill movement. That shit is trash.
don't
Continue.
get me wrong. Like
My fault.
there's some artists, like I believe that when an artist, because words are powerful. Like
Yeah.
we all can see, like kids nowadays listening to drill music, 14-year-olds posting guns, all that kind of stuff, crazy stuff happening. It's like these artists have to take accountability for the things that they're saying, that they're doing, right?
They're
But
kids
look,
themselves though. They don't live that
yeah,
reality. Yeah.
this is the part I'm getting to is because we all have an inner child. If that inner child is damaged, is going to act out. That's a form of acting out. Like me, for example, when I'm making music, I think about my little brother. I think about my inner child. I think about kids that's out there who need something to listen to because every kid is getting information from somewhere. They go to school, they get information, they bring it back home. And their parents are like, why do you know about Johnny's and Sally's mom getting divorced? Like, how do you even know this? Why are you talking about these things in school? Or like, you got the part. Like, everybody's getting different influences. So if I'm going to desire to put my voice out there, I want it to be an influence that's going to positively impact somebody's life. And when I first started making music, I wasn't really doing that because I was trying to fit in with the crowd because people weren't vibing with what I was putting out. So I'm like, you know, but then after all of this, overthinking and all these extra barriers I was putting up for myself, I come to realize these people just not on the frequency. They're not on this frequency
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
want to. They want to be in the club
But they're not.
listening to chop with this, chop with that. They want to be listening, or else they would not be listening to
Hmm.
it. And based off everybody's life experience, like they're gravitating towards that. Now, when I say this back to the whole R&B and the like every category of music, like if you're on the love frequency, you're gonna attract things that have to do with love. You're gonna be attracted to things that have to do with love. Are you gonna tend to go to more like a more loving R&B type of song? You know,
Like a
so
Drake, you can say it. The Drakes of the world, the who else be on that shit? And this, I think, is genius. I think that that's what makes a complete artist. Drake can go and battle with Meek and battle with whoever else he had battles with, but then he'll drop a single in between all of that, right? So he's not too gangsta, right? Which I don't think he's gangsta at all, but um, that's just my personal take. I don't think Drake's that guy. I don't think half of those guys are who they say they are, but um, he has that balance where he gives you these like radio hits, and then he gives you like the street shit, right? And so he's smart. Chris Brown hit the scene as an R&B artist, and then all of a sudden he starts rapping and talking crazy on records, and then he'll go back to doing his what he does, how he gets paid, and so from that perspective, as an artist, I think it's dope if you can do that. But
yeah,
my
it's about being versatile, but
yeah,
like
you have
also
to be
like you got to be mindful like what you're putting out there because people are actually relying on you because some people don't have proper guidance. So then
facts.
like you might be their only guidance.
Unfortunately, that's the truth, especially like the communities that we come from. You know what I'm saying
Well,
it's so
well,
much.
also not to put that pressure on them or to anybody because like everybody is influenced for
Nah, but
somebody.
you have to though. The reason I say that is because when you choose these industries, and I speak of this all the time, it's not just music. It's as an athlete, is as anything where you become a public figure. That's that you are you belong to the public, so you do have a responsibility to the people. So the fact that you're conscious of what you put into your music, that's a beautiful thing. These artists, they're just like, what's it gonna take for me to get this next bag, right? Cardi B has been out there always like she don't let her daughter listen to her music.
I heard that.
Think about that.
Yeah,
Cardi B don't let her daughter listen to her music, but it's okay for like all the little young ladies across the world to go get their mind filled with that garbage. So this is where I mean, like people have to be held accountable. It seems like you hold yourself accountable before anybody else can, and I think that's what makes your message or makes your music come across differently than anybody else's.
yeah. But also it's like
I'm gonna turn
I
this shit
have,
back on. Y'all, excuse me. You can keep talking. It's gonna
but
keep it. I'm gonna get this turned back on. There we go.
yeah. So me, I have like a plethora of siblings. Like I have like nine of us.
Okay.
So like
Yeah.
I'm
Now your family's deep though, man. Cause like, not to cut you off again, but shit. John, your uncle, which is he played. He's my guy. He's my dude. We got a whole another. We're gonna have to do a whole separate part to talk about that guy. But man, yeah, y'all got a lot of siblings, man. Like he had a shitload of siblings and big family, man.
yeah. Like I don't really like to get into like, the family life. I don't really know a lot of my family, but for my siblings, like those are like that's my tribe. Like we always been through everything together, and it's like nine of us, and I'm the oldest boy, so I have an obligation. I have a birthright to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To lead the way, you want to show them the right way.
Like I said, if I'm out here walling being goofy, like they're gonna look at that and be like, they either gonna grow with it or they're gonna be like, nah, I'm not moving like how you
Yeah,
moving,
yeah.
because
But you don't want to be the one to implant that seed
yeah, and I treat
in them. Now you're right.
every
Nah, you're
like
right.
any child, young person I ever come across, I treat them as if they're my younger brother or younger sister, because I don't know. For me, for example, like yes, I had a father, I had people older than me who can be guidance, but it was a lot of times in my life I did not have a role model or someone to look up to as guidance. So I was figuring things out on my own, and that's like a hard thing to do because as
Oh yeah, yeah. Nah, you
you're
have
learning
to
as you go.
as you go. Yeah, you're learning on the job essentially. Um, how does the transition from matter of fact before we even get to Florida, how was it for you in school in New York? Like,
So,
was that influence there for you, like the average person, or was you able to?
right. So
Cause you from Brooklyn.
the thing about it is that I was always like different. I was always my own like person. Like I didn't really care about fitting in. Like people knew me, I was known. Like, but I didn't really care. Like people who know me would consider me to be popular. I don't consider myself popular. like y'all don't know me for real. I just know
Yeah,
of me.
you know of me. Yeah, I'm the same way. There's a million people that would say that they knew me, but they don't know shit about
But
me.
like when I was in school in New York, like I really would just I would do my work for the most part. You know, there was times when I would be acting out, acting a fool, but like for the most part, I always had like a balance. Like I already knew what I'm not what I'm not gonna do. Like I'm not gonna be going to the extreme, doing stuff that can like. I was always conscious of like my actions to a degree. Like if I do this, this is gonna happen, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna do this so I can get this result.
So,
And
question: being in Brooklyn, um, by any, were you ever impacted in any way by the the gang culture that Brooklyn has adopted? Because Brooklyn really
nah,
like, I don't know what happened, but like, man, they just try to take it to another level, man.
so like
So that influence wasn't there for you.
nah,
That's
I,
that's
I
dope. That's a good. I'm saying that's a good thing. That's a
like
good thing.
nah, like when I look at it, when I think about it, I'm like this is like it's like being a big fish in a small pond, right? So it's like whenever I watch TV or anything like that, I'm looking at things that show me that life is more than just Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, like life is bigger than any city, any borough, any country. I mean, shit, life is.
And then me thinking about that, I'm like, I think it plays a part in how I do stuff and how I move. Because if I was to be impacted by that type of culture, getting myself into these situations to where I could potentially be behind bars for this amount of years, or have to deal with this case, or deal with that, or deal with this person, have to watch out for this person. Like I don't have time for that.
Yeah, nah, nah,
Like
nah. You don't get time back, man. You
like
don't get time back.
I'm not gonna like I I really don't have time. I don't have time to argue, to worry about things that's not that I have no control over. These things are just taking time away from me, and
You
I'm
heard
trying
that,
to.
man? I say it all the time. Don't trip over the things you can't control. Don't pay me no
Right,
mind, bro. I be having outbursts. Like whenever you
yeah,
say something, I'ma highlight it. So I'm a little retarded. You know what I'm saying?
nah, appreciate it. But like, so when I speak about like the gang culture and stuff, that I already see how like there's no benefit to it whatsoever. Like, and like to me, I was always looked at as more of a feminine, like not saying like people thought I was gay, but they would just assume that like I was soft or like whatever because I have I guess more feminine energy. But that's the whole. I have this friend. She always used the word duality in every sentence, like every sentence. But it's true though. There's a duality to everything, right? Yin and yang, bad and good, evil and good, good and evil, up and down. Like there's dualities to everything, right? So when I look at the whole gang culture and everything, it's like this. It's like a stamp of approval. Like, oh, I got this status or whatever, but that doesn't make you a man, right? Me being looked at as more on the feminine side, right? Because I wasn't not the biggest guy, I'm not the strongest guy or whatever. The most whatever it is you want to you you attribute being a man to is right. But to me, a man is someone who can I could break somebody's neck and then also come and coddle a baby in the same day. Like you should be able to have that duality, to be able to go back, not just be in this side. All you're doing is acting on anger and all these things that you think makes you a man because it's physical.
Yeah, nah. I think that comes down to just society. How is society paints that picture for you? Society makes you think that a man is supposed to be rough. A man is supposed to be, angry. A man is supposed to be all these things.
Look, right? When you look at any war on anything like that, who's out there getting slaughtered? Not the general. The
No,
general is the
never.
one he's
Yeah,
giving the
yeah.
orders,
It's always the soldiers.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
soldiers might be big and broadly, but the general he's the one that's he might not be the biggest, he might
Nah,
not be
he's
the
a thinker though. He's the mind. Um, I, the the whole reason why I bring up the gang influence, the culture, is because um I want to use you as the example for the youth out there to see like you come from that same environment, but you didn't fall to it. See, like so there was a setup to it. So I was just depending on which way you answered it, I was gonna be able to spin it. Because even if you was like, yeah, I was out there banging this, that, okay, that's what you was doing, but look how you turned it around either way. But even better than that, I get to use you as an example for the youth and say that just because you live in a neighborhood that's surrounded and infested with gang and drugs and all that, doesn't mean you have to take that path, right? Because you have a living proof right here. This young man comes from that same neck of the woods. He went to those same schools, you know what I'm saying? And he was able to, live his life and be him. He was able to be himself through and through to the point where he never had to deal with no gang activity. He had to sell no drugs. He had to do none of that. He was just out there doing his thing, enjoying his life as a child should.
Right. But also, cause I'll be lying if I let you say that. Right. I've done things. Right. I've given things away. I've never been in the gang. I don't associate with gang culture. I'm more of an independent type of person. So even if I was, even when I went to go do certain things, it was by myself. It
But
was
yeah, no,
not.
he's not an angel. Now that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, that, when your back's against the wall, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm not trying to paint you out to be an angel. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that you was able to navigate through the chaos and make the better decision, right? Because like now, like let's say you go bang with some Crips or you go bang with some Bloods, and they got beef with whoever, you got to bang every time.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you was able to navigate through that. And I speak from experience. When I was younger, I wasn't wise enough to make decisions. So I was part of that street life. I was out there putting in that work. I was out there wilding. We was kicking the doors. We was doing a lot of shit when I was young. You know what I'm saying? So through time, I've been able to grow. I've been able to change my life around. Um, um, I'm a father of four boys. Like that's my everyday drive. Is to be here for them, be the best version of myself for them, keep them going in the right direction, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? To the point where like my oldest graduated high school early, doing the college thing. I got one in high school right now. So like for me, my whole purpose is always to reach back and try to let the little one out there coming up know that you don't gotta go bang nothing. There's more to it. So,
Yeah.
what would be your message to a younger you?
For younger me, yeah. That's a good
Got him,
question. That's a,
got
that's
him.
a good
See,
question.
got him. I do it to everybody. Everybody I sit with, I hit them with that one question. It's like, whoa,
I guess my message would be like, to never forget, like, don't forget where you come from. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget what it is you want to be. Because if you forget any of those things, you're bound to fall off somewhere. So I try to make sure that I always keep those three things in my head to keep me on track and aligned to where it is I'm trying to take things.
keep that balance.
And be confident in who you are and your abilities. You're worthy. Because growing up, you're influenced by a lot of things, and that's the most programmable part of a person's life is when they're a child, and certain things stick with you. So it's like, and it becomes a part of your routine. You get older, and it's hard to shake certain habits. So like, I would just tell my younger self, like, uh,
Would
expand your like grow your mind and your body to like be impenetrable. So that way, no matter what somebody says to you, you know, sticks and stones won't break you, like they will break your bones physically. Like if you
yeah,
if you if you like, yes, they can actually break your bones, but like in the sense I'm using it as like, don't
no,
act like
yeah,
don't act like you're invincible, but like feel as if nothing can stop
yeah. It's
you. Because
growing pains.
yeah, the only thing
Growing
that can stop
pains.
you is yourself. And like,
Question: would you tell a younger you to start doing music a lot sooner?
no,
No. Do you feel like you had to go through that to get to where you at today? Like so. If the answer to that is no, then my next question to that is, what's your goal with music?
my goal with the music is my goal. Everything else is to make an impact on people's lives and on the world. Like leave the world better than I found it when I got here.
Got you.
Because everything that I do, I do it with a certain level of passion, a certain level of love, because I'm thinking about who's gonna impact when I do it, whether it be music, photography, you know, anything that has to do with creating something for other people to enjoy. You know, I want them to not only enjoy it, but to like learn from it and to, if you access this content, it's gonna leave you better than before you found the content.
So we're gonna dive into this photography thing, right? Because it seems like every
So
path.
I gotta answer it because I said no, but I was gonna tell you the reason why I say no. Because if I was to have started my music journey earlier, who knows? I might not even be here right now. I might be in a better position. I might, I don't know. But me, I feel like the world needs to go through what it's going through right
Oh
now.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's it.
me,
That's your story. That's your path.
yeah. So me
But I mean, you're
being
still
here now,
doing music, so that's why I asked. Would you start it earlier?
yeah.
You
But
still. I'm not saying would you have stopped or would you not. No. Would you have started earlier?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't have started earlier because if I would have started earlier, I might not have the same things to talk about.
Oh, I got you saying. So yeah, like so you was given this time to get all your experience together to be able to build up to where you at today.
Something like that. But like, say if I was started earlier and I released my first song when I was like 17, I probably would have had a whole different way of going about it. I probably would have been saying things that I had no business saying, or like because I wasn't
I can relate to
like
that 100%, bro. If you listen to my mixtapes, forget about it.
even it's a lot of songs that not a lot of my songs, but in certain songs I say things that kind of go against what I preach, but not because like everything I do is strategic. Right? I use certain words and I use certain phrases in certain songs because I want certain people to hear it.
You're
I
looking
want
for a certain reaction.
essentially, like, I want certain people to hear it and understand. Like even in my music, it shows growth. Like from when I first started to like the most latest song that I had. But in each of those songs, like especially in the beginning songs, like I was more so trying to sound more mainstream instead of like just
Yeah, because you
be
focus on getting that bag. You want to pop. I mean, essentially, that's what you
yeah
want. You
like
want something to stick. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
get it.
But then like and if I'm doing that at 19, 20, I can only imagine how much I'll be doing it at 16, 17
Oh yeah,
while I'm
nah.
easily
Yeah,
influenced.
what's coming out your mouth is right. I'm telling. I speak from experience, bro. It's reckless. I'm speaking of your songs. I'm gonna jump into the Savior song you mentioned earlier. I meant to play it back then, but since we're back on the subject of your songs,
Mhm.
I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play a piece of it. So here's the thing, right? The reason why I don't play the whole record, one, it takes time from the pod, but two, let these motherfuckers go stream that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go get these streams up,
Yeah.
man. So make sure y'all tap in, man.
But yeah, before you play, this was the first song that I ever like recorded and released. I was 19. Like I said, this is when I moved to Florida. So shout out to my little brother because me and him were sharing a room. We were sleeping in the same bed. And when I woke up, I had turned and looked at him. He was still sleeping. And like, bro, I love my little brother to life. Like that's he's 8 years younger than me. So I always wish he was older so we could do stuff together. But he just turned 16 yesterday.
That's what's up.
Um, and he like my twin.
Happy belated, yo.
He's like my twin for real. Yeah, I looked at him and I was like, it just made me start thinking about life way differently. And
That's
that's
fire. That's fire. So I mean, does he do music too?
oh yeah.
Oh
He
yeah,
don't got
yeah.
nothing out right now,
I'm
but
saying, but it will be right. You got to throw him on the feature some.
yeah.
I'm about to play this, y'all. It's called Savior on all platforms, man.
Also, shout out 440 Smitty because he used this beat first. So this is a remix to what he made.
Got you.
So his song is called Blind Spots. But I just
Got you.
remixed his song.
Got you. Got you.
preach. God is my witness, the way that I'm living, he know I'll be sinning, but I'm just a nigga. Minding my business, no, I ain't no thug, but cops keep tapping them triggers. Like go figure, cause this is what they humanized, but seems like nobody remembers. Jumping no shit, except in the lens to avoid their own life, cause I shit getting bitter. 2020, nobody's seeing the vision, so I'm on the mission. The world gotta change. Too many victims, the world is so wicked. I'm scared to have children, scared to have children. No, I'm not a rapper, but I'm speaking fast, get a gun in the past and forget how to act. I went to a protest, on how I react if they attack. I got a bulletproof vest in my back. I get shot while I run. Went to the list cause I hope that boy's keeping track. My life ain't sweet like Cordio's at. Damn, maybe it's cause I'm black. Modern day slaves, I can't get away. Can't escape the stereotypes. You just follow me straight to my grave. Straight to my grave. Follow me straight to my grave. Hold up, let me go and switch the flow. Not tuxedo, but I keep a bow. People come, yeah, people go, but I'm still progressing. Like my name is Flo, Mr. Baker, yeah, I fell in love with the dough. Niggas be hating, but watch how I glow. Yeah, they be fake, they not your homie. Not the frost with reflex, you can call me Tony, and they so fake. You see, I can copy. I want Picasso.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it there. I'm gonna cut it there. You said something there that caught my attention, right? So you said you scared to have kids, huh? What? I know, I know. I just what's the thought process when you're writing this and you putting it down? Because it's like you ain't the only one to think of something like that or feel that way, right? But you actually put it like you put this on wax. Well, I'm outdated. My fault, y'all. He didn't put it on wax. It's streaming now. I had to burn my shit on wax. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day. But anyway, you put this out there, so it's out there. You can't take it back. Elaborate, please.
All right, so like I said, I'm 23 now. About to be 24 on January 2nd. I was 19 when I made that song, and like I said, I looked at my little brother, and like then I started thinking about my other siblings. And, I see them as my children sometimes. Like, I'm their oldest brother, and being that I'm like second in command, like after dad, and now that he's not here no more, I'm technically I feel like I'm their dad now. Like,
You try to fill that void.
yeah, when I look at them, like I said, I look at everybody as like every child. I look at as my child. Like
Mm.
I treat all children the same. Like even in Africa, like in their tribes, everybody is Baba. Everybody is Mama. Like everyone that's an elder is your mother and father. They might actually be your uncle or your brother or a friend, but they consider them to be,
Because they're elder, they play that role.
yeah, especially if they're
Yeah,
playing
listen,
their role.
y'all. This is knowledge. This is a real game right here, yo. Listen to this, y'all.
Like when I was writing it, I was like I try to be vulnerable in my music. I don't try to be. I do be vulnerable in my music because I understand vulnerability and humility. It makes like you know it creates that connection. People can relate to it. There's people they go through stuff, but they don't speak about it. They don't talk about it. They try
Well,
to hide it,
yeah,
whatever the
because
case is.
unfortunately, it's not cool to be.
Yeah, but like
You know what I'm saying?
if you think about each song that stands the test of time, like they
It comes from a vulnerable place. Yeah.
comes from the heart, it comes from the soul, it comes from the place you cannot go. Like I'm bringing you to a whole different world. I'm bringing you to inside my head essentially. Like I'm creating a space in time for
Taking
you for you.
take a ride, essentially taking a ride.
But yeah, the thing was like, because I always wanted to have kids, and I still do want to have kids to a degree, because I used to have waves back then too. So I would always be daydreaming like if I had a son, me and him got waves together, and I'm teaching him how to get his waves and all that kind of stuff. But then like looking at the world, I'm like, dang, I
Do I
really
really
wasn't.
want to bring them into this? Yeah, I feel you. So the reason why that resonated with me is because, like I said, I got four boys, and I think about that all the time. Like, man, like I don't trip over the things I can't control and shit. But that's one of the things that bothers me at times because I can't control the outcome of things for them. I mean, as they father, I want to make sure that I maybe they clear the path, clear the way. You know what I'm saying? So if there's my son plays ball right now, right? And when we go to their games, to his game, should I say, I always people are like, oh, sit up, you get a better view. I mean, I'm on the floor. I sit at the lowest level possible because there's been many situations where there's been like active shooters, and unfortunately, that's what we're living in, right? And my mentality is like, if anything goes left, I'm saying I'm gonna be the one to take that, and before it can get to him, I'm gonna be the one to take that.
Mm.
Um, And so I'm like that with literally everything, no matter where we at. Like, um, we go out to eat at a restaurant. Like where I sit has to be positioned in a way where I'm just always thinking like that. So I understand what you mean by like you want to, but you're like, do I really want to? So I get all that because just the way everything's going, man. I mean, are you afraid to speak on like real life shit, or are you an open book? Because
I'm
I don't know if you're watching my other pods. I get a little reckless. I speak on certain things that some people are uncomfortable with. So are you open with speaking about everything, or
like,
you're more reserved
but
as because you're an artist? I respect it.
no. So I'm a person who tries to. I'm a person who works on embodying truth. So whatever is true,
Oh yeah, I
I'm
speak
willing
straight
to
facts. I don't give my opinion. I just go
like.
for facts.
No, I'm not interested in like talking about like anything that's drama and stuff like that. But if it's the truth, like if we're talking about the way the world is or people or like anything that has to do with the truth of the matter, to where it takes this world from being behind the veil to like actually making progress, then like Jesus did it, Moses did it,
All right, so
like
cool. Then we on that same type of time. Then cool. Peep game though. So for me, I'm raising men in my house. I'm not behind this whole alphabetical movement they got going on. Right. When you say you want to have kids but you don't, does that play a role in so some of the things? Like, is that a concern? Like, if you had a kid right now, and he was in school, would you be concerned with the agenda they got going on at schools?
honestly, I would be concerned about the agendas, but not really for my kids because I would plan. My plan is if I have kids, I'm homeschooling because.
I mean, homeschool works for to some degree though, because like,
But the thing about it is, you have to have time, you have to have the energy, the patience, like certain things you want to cover, or things you want to do in order for that to actually work out how you want it to. But I will let them go to public school to get a taste of it, to
social
understand.
skills. They need it for their social skills.
Yeah,
Think about
because
it.
when I
They need to be around their peers, right?
yeah,
Otherwise, like, what are they gonna be around? A bunch of like 30, 40 year olds their whole life, and by the time they're in their teens, now they're around 50 year olds.
but it's all about experience. Like
But
that's one
what
thing.
experience are they gonna have person to person if they just do online? You see what I'm saying? My
No,
thing, like,
when I say homeschool, I'm not talking about online. Like I'm their teacher. Like I'm actually
no, I
we're
get
gonna
that, but
go
there's
out, take field trips, we're gonna do stuff. Like I'm gonna implement certain
yeah,
things
no,
into you.
I get that 100%. But it's still like this. You're not the only person in the world. Is what I'm saying. So interacting with you is no problem. Any kid can interact with their parent,
But
no
I
problem.
got this already
Put
like
them put them in
I
an
got this
environment
already
where they
planned.
got to interact with other kids. Um, um,
No, I'm
at a playground. Let's just say as an example, at a
mhm.
playground. We got little Johnny, and who was little Jimmy, and now little Jimmy is little Sarah, and little Sarah wants to play with little Johnny. Little Johnny is your son.
See,
Oh, see,
look,
this is where it gets. See, this is where
so
it gets good.
this is what I'm getting at, right? When I think about if I have when I think about the idea of having children and homeschooling them, I already understand. One, everybody learns differently.
Hmm.
Everybody needs certain experience. Like this is why in the classroom, some students might be able to learn just watching the teacher write on the board or hearing the teacher speak. But everybody learns through experience. Like you have to do it in order to learn. So when I think about teaching, possibly future kids, like I'm not the one that's really teaching you. Life is teaching you. I'm just pointing out things that life is teaching you and helping you to navigate that so you can make your own decisions and judgments. But I'm also going to instill certain things in you so you know morally what's right and wrong and how to deal with things that make you uncomfortable, how to deal with things that make you scared, how to deal with things that, how to deal with certain aspects of life. So in that situation, like I would already teach them, like when you encounter certain people, don't judge them based off what you see because that's not even them in the first place. That's just their vessel, right? Whatever goes on in their head, whatever goes on in their heart, like when you encounter people, listen. Just listen to them. Everybody, people tell you all you need to know about them. Just follow. You just gotta listen and pay attention to the signs. Like, and if it's somebody that you feel like is not gonna help you get, like, I believe in transactional relationships. Like, not saying that for us to be cool, I need to get something from you all the time. Like, no, but if we're gonna be cool, we should have a partnership type of relationship to where I can benefit from you, you benefit from me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so if you feel like the person is not that type of person, then respectfully, they don't need to be around you. You
All
know,
right, you're good because and I like your answer. So I'm gonna ask you something different, which is more like,
and also I want to put this out there too. Like, I don't want no like homosexual man, woman, or whatever, or if you they, them, however they describe themselves. I don't want none to be offended. I just want them to realize that the world is more than just pronouns and all this is like there's things to be focused on, right? Now I believe in everybody gets deserves respect, everyone deserves love. But I'm just gonna if I had children, I would let them know that everybody has a free will. Everybody has certain things that they want to portray about themselves. Everybody have things inside them that guides them into becoming who they become. You know, accept people for who they choose to be, who they choose to represent, how they choose to represent themselves. But just understand that if our values and morals don't line up, then most likely this is not going to work out.
here's the thing, right? Unfortunately, that would only work in a perfect world, right? But here's the thing, right? You're a heterosexual male. There's a war against you, right? There's something wrong with you. Nothing wrong with them. Something wrong with you. That's the influence they're trying to put on the people. So I see you got a cross on, right?
No, it's an unk.
It's not a cross.
It's an
Well,
unk.
okay. Well, me personally, and I say all the time, like I got zero time. I don't give a fuck who gets offended. I'll say it. You don't gotta say it. I don't give a fuck who gets offended.
Hey, I don't mean to offend anybody,
Yeah, yeah,
but if I offend them, then
yeah. I want
none I
to,
can do.
and you know why they're offended when they get offended because what you speak and the substance behind what you're saying holds weight. You see what I'm
Well,
saying? Um, um,
not
no,
to cut
we're
you off,
yeah,
but everything I say, it's not to offend nobody. But if you get offended, then that's something that triggered you. So they need to figure out what's triggering them.
oh yeah. Well, they know what's wrong with them, right? So think about it. Like, how does a child decide he wants to be the opposite sex? He doesn't decide that, bro. You don't wake up one day and it's like, I want to be a girl.
You know what I'm
You hear
saying?
this shit.
All as a
This shit
child,
is implanted.
the brain as a child is really still not even all the way developed yet. As we're like
You know,
kids,
so they're being molded.
exactly. So
So
like,
that's why I say I'm not playing no games. With like I got zero tolerance for that shit. I don't give a fuck who gets offended by it, bro. I don't care how they feel. You was born a man, and so going back to what I was saying. So how do you protect your child from that other child? Because the problem isn't even that child; it's whoever brought that child, whoever's allowing that child to think and feel and be that way. You know what I'm saying? So how do you, without offending, without stepping on toes, how do you tell your son that hey, or tell that kid don't play with my son? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I'm out here playing Madden. I'm stiff arming little motherfuckers. If I had a little one, I'm stiff arming the shit out of these little fuckers. Up, so go that way, little buddy. Because
so you may know my slogan already: protect your energy.
yeah, protect your energy,
Like,
which is what I was getting at. I was this here. I was building up to it. So you caught. You see, you caught on to where I was getting at.
so like in simple terms, like boundaries. You know, if you honestly believe something, like you should stick to that belief if you wholeheartedly believe it. But at the same time, you should be open minded to the other side because you will never have a full spectrum unless you have both sides of the equation. So like,
But that's just a sick. It's a sick world we in, bro. There's no, just this is shit that they're adding. This is not part of the equation.
right?
This is
And
shit
look,
they're adding. So
and this is the thing of people when they don't. There's a lot of people are susceptible to things when they are in a state of survival and trauma, things like that. Like when I was, for example, going through my pops passed away, I was going through a not a breakup, but I was going through like relationship problems at the same time, family problems, work problems, like a whole lot of different issues. So now I'm more susceptible to certain things than I was when I was in a better state. Being that I'm in a lower vibration to where now um, a lot of negativity can penetrate my soul, that kind of stuff of that nature. Now I might be more irritable. I might say things I, that I typically wouldn't normally say, and I might have intrusive thoughts that I normally don't have. Like there's different ways that the enemy tries to penetrate our minds, in our hearts and our souls, to impact the way we live our daily lives. And that's why all the hoods of America is looking how it's looking, because these people are susceptible to these. They live in these conditions to where they're susceptible to do things that they normally wouldn't have done if they lived in a different environment.
Well, I like that point you make, but at the same token, there's some people that get the opportunity and instead of doing better, they try to bring that environment to the new environment. So I think it comes
That's
down
hard
to
headed.
it comes down to the individual. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to the individual and what you choose to accept. Right, like you say, protect your energy. So I choose to not allow the alphabet community around or anything. I don't entertain it. I'm no level. I don't care about their feelings. I don't care about their emotion. I don't care about none of that. None of that shit. Because if we're going straight off of like off the word and shit, they shouldn't even be here, bro.
Hey man, everybody's entitled to their perspective.
Nah, but that's a fact though. It's not a perspective. It's a fact.
But look, that may be a fact, but at the same time, I just believe that all human
So
beings.
do you think
I don't.
all right, let's cut the shit. Do you believe we could all be in a party and just have like 30 drags pull up and we all gonna just be chilling? Are you
That literally depends on their
on
personality.
nah, bro? But
But
we got
look,
nothing to talk about.
that's not true.
What is there to talk about with a drag?
I don't know.
Enlighten
I
me.
never talked to them
But
before,
that's what I'm saying, and I never will. There's nothing to talk about, bro.
but look, not saying that, bro. Everybody has a catalog of experiences, a catalog of things they've been through. Like you can learn from anybody. I can learn
Bro,
from.
nothing I've been through in my life. Nothing I've been through in my life is gonna make me decide to be a woman tomorrow.
I'm not saying you have to decide to be a woman, but whatever perspective they have about life, reality, you don't know how that might impact something that you're doing, or how what you're doing might impact them. Like the thing is not about who they are, who they choose to be. It's about who are you in here. Like, do you know who you are up here and in here? They might not
You
even.
clearly
But look,
don't, because you were born a
they
certain way.
might not even exactly. They might not even know who they truly are. And some of them, like my thing about people is like, I don't care if you're brown, orange, purple, green, gay, lesbian, bi. If you want to be a cat, if you want to be a dragon, cool, you can do that.
Yeah,
Whatever
you
makes
can
you
do that
happy.
over there. Just not.
Look,
I'm not entertaining that.
yeah, whatever makes you happy, do that. But at the same time, don't be naive. Don't be delusional. You know, I'm not saying that they're delusional, but some of them actually are delusional.
They
But like,
all are delusional, bro. You're a good guy, bro. You're a good
look,
guy.
I just feel like,
They're all delusional, bro. There's nothing normal
but
about what they do.
even if they are delusional, even if it's not normal,
Y'all
I'm
all
still,
delusional.
I'm still going to give them the same respect that I would want somebody to give me,
They don't respect themselves, bro.
which is why they need someone to feel it. Look,
Nah, bro. They don't respect themselves.
the thing about life
You as
is
a man, you respect yourself as a man. You stand up as a man. You walk as a man, right? You handle your business like a man,
right,
right? So you don't need no one else to validate that. The only thing that will make you get out of character is when someone disrespects you, right? When someone disrespects you, you have self-respect. That's the only way you can identify disrespect is to have self-respect.
right.
So when you don't have self-respect, bro, I got zero fucks for you, bro. Zero.
But what causes someone to lack self respect?
That's their problem,
But
not mine.
what causes someone to lack self respect?
I'm gonna say self-esteem issues, right? Like, let's be real. Like, you don't never see a 10. A female is a 10 decides she's gonna be a man tomorrow. You don't see a dude out here that's getting old hoes decide that tomorrow he gonna be a female, bro. There's
That's
these
not true.
people that don't get this attention. there's so many other things. I get like you got people that deal with like experiences at home where family might violate or they might have some traumatic experiences. But me personally, why would I want to draw myself closer to something that caused me this trauma? Does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense to me, but it makes sense to certain people. The same way a girl can get beat up by her dude and still go back or still feel like that's love. Like everybody has different ways of interpreting what happens to them in life. So like what I'm saying is not like I accept people just because they're people.
No, I get
Like,
that. You could be who you want to be. My beef is
but you don't have. Yeah, I don't need you in my
that's what I'm
actual space.
that's what I'm getting at. That's
But
my beef. That they wanna push it on the kids. They want you to accept
see,
everywhere you go,
that's
bro. You
different.
can't look. I don't shop at Target no more because they got a fucking trans section for kids, dog. They sell trans clothing for kids, dog. I don't support Target. I mean, I'm sure my dollars isn't really impacting them, but if there was enough people like me to stand on what they really stand on and don't go to fucking Target, they'll feel that shit, bro. Fucking like it's crazy that shit, and it bothers me because I got 4 boys, man. I got kids in this world,
Right.
and not
But look, see,
thankfully I'm
that's why I
raising
be
men.
thinking about it different.
I raise men, so I don't have that concern. But it's like, oh, my kid has to be nice to this kid that is in transition. Get the fuck out of here. Wanna watch the fucking X-Men and take all these trans motherfuckers and put them in their own school? Isn't that what they did with the X-Men? Right? They had their own school, right?
Yeah, but look,
I,
I'm not
I,
saying
I'm a little out of pocket at
no, no,
times,
no.
but this shit really does
This is
bother me. It
no,
really
no.
does trigger
Look,
me.
this is good because you're getting across like how we actually feel about what's our world that we live
You know, people know how I feel, bro.
in. Now,
That's everybody.
all I'm saying is I'm gonna leave it at this. I accept people for who they are, right? Now, because this is a situation I've actually experienced, right? A gay guy, right? I'll be friends with you. I'm cool. We can be cool. Like, don't hit on me though.
Yeah, we can't be
And
friends.
and I make this very clear. And if they do that, then I'm done with you because I asked you not to
Yeah,
do this because this is not how I operate. That's how you operate. So if you want to operate like that, operate with other people who operate that way. Now,
I'm with you 100%.
that's my boundary. I'm not saying that I'm gonna discard you from my life, like in case you cross that line, then you will be discarded. But I will accept you for who you decide to portray yourself to me as. Just follow the guidelines. The same way you might have certain boundaries, like you might not want me to be all me personal space to where I'm like, touching your head and like,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
like pulling your clothes, stuff like that. That's a boundary that you set. That don't mean we can't have this conversation. But
yeah,
now if I
yeah.
start pulling your clothes and you know,
Yeah, that
then
that
it's like,
that it goes in a different direction.
yeah,
Yeah, nah, me personally, man, I'm gonna say fuck it. We're gonna leave it there because this is something taking too much
yeah,
of the
yeah.
time because we're here for this music. We're here for this photographer. We're here for all the good shit that we got going on. So, how many records total do you have out right now streaming?
I don't even know. But if I can take a guess, my last album was 12 songs. The one before that was like, I think, I would say somewhere between like 15 to 30 songs, somewhere in between there. That's how many.
15 to 30 songs. So you're not hard to find. Um, which is which record is the one like if you had to like yo hear my shit? Which is your go-to record?
Um, Feel Me? That's my,
We're gonna pull that up.
because
There's a reason why I'm asking this, but
like I said, like, I make versatile music. I'm very versatile. So, like, I might have a song that's, like, I'm not a rock star by any means, but I can rock out if I choose to. Like, I have songs that's, like, more rock songs. I have songs that's, more sentimental, emotional. I have songs that just rap, like, no chorus, no hook, no nothing, just, like, savior. Like, I have no chorus, no
they're
hook,
just straight
no
bars.
ad libs.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just going for, like, 3 minutes straight. But I have certain songs that, has a chorus, has a hook, has certain
There's an
structure.
actual track. It's structured.
And then, and certain songs are they're tapping different emotions. And I want to reach different people. So, like, Feel Me, that's like a song. That's definitely one of the songs, like, 3 o'clock in the morning and you just up and you're just like thinking, you probably went through something and you just start singing that, or like I'm gonna have a song that's more upbeat. Then I'm gonna have a song that's talking about you know using certain dialogue that people, I wouldn't say ghetto, but people more in the
You're
more
good,
more
yeah.
in.
You gotta talk about. You ever consider doing politics, dog? You're good, yeah. You're good at You're very selective with your choice of words and shit. You're good, bro. You're fucking good. I'm gonna play this real quick. It's called "Feel Me," y'all. We're gonna play a quick sample, and this is his go-to record, y'all. So we're gonna bump this, and then we'll come back, man. But yeah, you should consider some politics work, bro. You good at selecting your words, dog.
I don't try to be politically correct though.
Yeah, nah,
I
but
just
you are selective with what you're saying. Though. You're thoughtful. You're very thoughtful, and you said that at the beginning of the pod. Like, yo, you think about how what comes out of your mouth is gonna impact other people and shit. So it's dope
Honestly, I
to see
don't know
you
how
be
to
true to it,
feel.
even
Hurt
even in a
inside,
conversation.
ain't shit that can help me. Mama, that's so y'all the real me. Under my pain that I feel it be physical. Wonder why y'all never feel me. Wonder why y'all never feel me. Life be so big that I'm missing my possible stage. Came in them, that shit hard to watch. Learn that time don't wait for no man. Saying sports mode just like some cross. Remember you telling me when I be counting my money, make sure that I'm counting a lot. Wasn't no deadbeat, now it's heartbeat. Dead. Shit made me upset. Wish I could fly to you like a cadet. Cause I feel like shit to get off of my chest. I should've been there for you, my heart feeling hollow. Too hard to swallow. God, show me that light, be my Apollo. Till then, I'm filling my cup till I empty the bottle. Honestly,
All right, so that was the card that did that. But so feel me. Um, one thing that I see with all your songs, at least the ones that I've heard, you kind of got like a real laid back sound. It's like so
I'm
that
just a laid back person, bro.
gotcha. Yeah, because
I just be
I'm
chilling,
like,
bro.
um, I'm trying to think. It's almost like you said, like 3 a.m. You're thinking, and like yeah, it's like with that type of sound, with that type of energy, I can't see me doing it. Like I can't get hyped. If
Like
I
right
had to
now,
get
like
hyped, you know what I mean? Like oh, that's not like I feel like who was the artist? He got killed in Miami. I feel like your music correlates to his shit. Um, was it Triple X guy or some shit like that?
probably XXX touchdown.
Yeah,
He had like he was light skinned.
with dreads and
He
I
was
think right.
yeah
Was it dreads?
yeah the one who got
He got
he was
robbed, right? Or something like that. Hit it.
yeah he was at the bike shop and everything, and then he was leaving.
I just know he got shot in Miami. I don't know full details, but
Most likely that we're talking about the same person, but
he had that Dream song. That's the only one that I know. Lucid Dreams, is it?
that's Juice WRLD. X is the one he had like
Uh,
blue dreads.
oh, Dream. Wait. Oh shit. See, that's how I really don't be in tune with these new artists. But nah, Juice World. I know he's the one that OD'd by accident, right? They like had some
Yeah,
pills on the plane and he took them or
yeah,
something like that.
allegedly that's what they say.
Allegedly. I like how you did that. Yo, you should be a politician, dog. You should add that to your resume, yo.
I
You
don't
should
know.
add that to your artist, photographer, parkour skateboarder, politician. Not even capping, bro. Even if you do it like a local, like a county level or like state level, but
I think about it
that
sometimes.
might be that might be something. Look, first of all, look, you got me working. I'm digging deep to try to get a little bit of reaction out of you. You're so composed. I'm saying shit on purpose. You're so composed. Like you're good at. I'm about to turn the air up. You good with me turning the air up now? Because earlier you was a little cold, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna put that air up now because it's definitely getting warm. Um, yeah, I feel like you really got your composure down pat, bro, and that's a fucking that's a gift in itself because most people aren't able to control themselves like that.
yeah, it's a blessing and a curse because like it helps in a lot of situations, but then at certain times people want you to be more animated.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the world we live in, right? The crazier, the better. That's essentially how everybody wants it.
I'm
But
saying like, and even like when I was playing basketball, right, my dad used to always tell me, like, stop being such a pretty boy. He's like, you know, 'cause I never want to get my hands dirty. Like, I work on cars, I work on stuff like that. But like, when he says that, it's more like everything I do is laid back. So he'll be like, you know, bring some life into what you
Yeah,
do.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think it's a dad thing. I'm the same way. I'm hard as hell on my son. My son played ball. I'm hard as hell. He got game and when he have a good night, I let him know he had a good night. But at the same, I don't just leave it at that. I be like, but you could have did this better. You could have did that. So I think it's a dad thing.
See, the way I think about it, because like when I realized like the way my dad treated me, it wasn't like I used to think my dad didn't like me. Like honestly, I used to think my dad hated me,
You're
but
right. He didn't like you. He loved you, bro.
no, he did. He
You're the
did.
best thing in his fucking life. Don't ever think that, bro.
I
Just
mean,
understand, dads go through a lot of shit. Dad is tired. Dad is stressed. Dad is going through it. But dad ain't gonna let you show it. And the only reason why you feel that way is because maybe you might have came up to him at a time or two when dad was going through some shit, and you were just kind of got caught in the crossfire of whatever he
no,
was
yeah,
dealing with.
definitely. And it was, you know, there was good times also, but like for a lot of people don't realize like in the man like archetype is like when like even my older brother, right? I'm not mad hard on him, but I'm hard on him to a degree because if
No,
I'm
you
not
got
hard on
to.
you, like, and it won't probably won't click now, but in due time when you go through something, you be like, oh, I remember when,
This is why.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like those times with my dad, you know, like nobody can hurt my feelings. My dad hurt my feelings, but then there was a turning point in time where like I just started getting my feelings hurt because like you can say whatever you want. Like when I turned like 12, like words never like can't say nothing to me that's gonna hurt my feelings.
Yeah, yeah,
Like not
yeah.
my dad, not my sisters, not
You
nobody.
become numb after a while. You learn how to like just kind of put it in the back burner. You learn how to negate certain things, and really, I mean, if it's not physically
Yeah, even that too.
hindering you, then I mean,
Like a lot of people think that the dad shouldn't be as hard on the sons. Like I agree in both. Like yes, you should love your child, like um show affection, but you should also be a disciplinary. So that way he gets both sides.
to
And he
discipline your child is to love your child. That's in the Bible.
right. And
It's
like
in the Bible, bro.
most
So
people
this
are
shit where you don't discipline children, that's why you got your hand out here. Just saying, like that.
I'm saying that's how you create
Yeah, you create
things
these
that
problems. Yeah,
was never a part of the
you
original.
create problems, right? Oh, he has an opinion. He has a right. He has you absolutely right. He has the right to fucking
Or
listen to
look,
what I'm
even
telling him.
he has ADHD,
Yeah,
dyslexia, like these labels and things like that that people are attaching to people
it's
and
an
to
easy
themselves.
way to get them out their face.
Right.
It's a
And
business, bro. It's all about the medicine. It's all about the dollar signs. It's fucking. It's a business. Unfortunately, it's a
and
business.
but like that's how you create these people that don't function well in society.
And you give them the excuse not to.
Like look, for example, a guy that grows up only a mom, and a guy that grows up only a dad, child can grow up many different ways. That mom might be overly loving and not disciplined enough. She might
Hmm.
discipline too much, not love enough. He might be an equal balance, so he gets both. He's a well-rounded young man. He can use both sides of his brain, you know, the intelligent and the emotional awareness part. You know, like guys and women, we only use one side of our women use one side of their brain, men use one side of their brain.
Hmm.
That's why men are more logical, women are more emotional. You can tap into both sides of your brain. Now I can be logical when I need to be, and I can be emotionally available when I
Really
need
need
to
to
be,
be. Yeah.
and I can cross like the duality. Like I said, my friend she used to word every sentence, but it's true. Like compared to a man that's only know how to be logical, now you can't see why she's upset about this or why they're because it don't make sense to me. Math is not
A
mathing.
lot of people are physically present, but emotionally checked out.
Yes, some
That
people are too emotionally present and not.
that's that's a so it goes back to what you said, which is balance.
Yeah,
You gotta have balance in life and in all things. You definitely gotta have balance. Um,
and that's what I learned from my experience with my dad. Like if I have kids, I'm gonna be hard on them, but only not hard to where it's like they feel like and like I'm not gonna just be hard on them, but not point out when they're doing good or when they
you know,
things like that. Or like
I'm tough as nails on my kids, but I hug them and kiss them every day, tell them that I love them. I ask them how their day went, if they hungry, or like whatever. Like I know when my kids ain't feeling right just by the way they walk in the door, by
exactly.
the way they respond on the text, by the way they sound on the phone. So I'm 100% in tune with them. I definitely let them know. I love them to death. They know that shit. They're the reason why I am who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
Love them to life.
I love them to death, bro.
Nah, man. Words are powerful, bro.
Yeah, we living, bro. We all gonna die,
Right.
right?
But I just say I love them to life because when you, this is my personal opinion. Like if I say I love you to death, and it's like same thing as if I'm laughing, right? I used to always say like I'm dead, I'm weak, like while I'm laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Like my brain does not know the difference. Like I know what I mean. My brain don't know what I mean. My brain's like taking that in my subconscious, like, oh, you're dead, or you're weak. And start to feel more weak, and start to feel less alive, like just subconsciously. And you start wondering, like, dang, why am I feeling this way? But like affirmations, like words are very powerful. Like if I tell myself I'm smart compared to somebody who calls themselves dumb all the time, there's
Oh
two different
yeah,
outcomes
yeah,
of life.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But that I know where you're going with that. But to say I love somebody to death, is literally
I
that.
mean, like there's nothing wrong with saying that because like yeah, you love them to death, like you'll die for them, like all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
like yeah, also I just would say it to incorporate I love you to life also. Like I
I
love you
mean,
to
I
life,
I
but I'll
think
die for you too.
my actions tell you that I love you unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? My actions, I'm there
Yeah.
in every aspect, every step of the way, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. That's what most of these people go wrong, man. They done took God out of their home. They don't speak about God. Think about it. You can go to school and they have a fucking pride flag up. They make you salute any other fucking flag and shit, right? But you can't speak about God in school, bro. But you could talk about anything else, but you can't talk about God because you gotta respect other religions and all this other bullshit that they want to throw at you. But you can't talk about God, and that's where it goes. That's where that was like the beginning of the end in regard to just how you can have a model citizen, right? Because the fear of God ain't in us no more. Well, them, because I fear
Yeah.
God. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. So
Because um like I'm not gonna say it's because of this, but what I feel is that people it's like an ego thing. Like they forget who actually created you.
oh
That you try to
yeah,
become the creator.
but
Like
that whooping coming. Oh, that whooping coming. The Most High when He come back with His people, oh, that whooping coming. That shit coming, man. Oh, it's coming. So but it is what it is. I ain't trying to get off topic. I ain't
yeah.
trying to scare nobody at home. What is he talking about? Listen, man, we ain't gonna do that right now. What you got working on music wise? Anything new you working on, or you just kind of peddling what you got right now?
So when it comes to music, my marketing strategy is like I don't promote my music because like I post my music, I publish my music, but I don't promote it right away. And that's because whoever it is, whoever finds it. It was meant for you to hear it. You found it, you come across it. I'm just not gonna promote it right now because that's less like I'm just worried about getting the music made, getting it out there. I can promote it whenever. I can promote it tomorrow, I can promote it today, I can promote it next week. But since I'm working on so many things, I'd rather just have the music out so I can work on other things. So when I come back around, the music is already out. However many streams it got, however many like nothing about music. The music is like sometimes it might the algorithm might pick it up, putting it into like a playlist or something. Like that happens multiple times when my song has been played on the radio or um added to somebody's playlist or whatever, just organically. So when I go to market it, now I know like okay, I already got these people who are listening. Now I know how much like right now I got just by posting and not promoting it at all.
You have a target audience that you can kind of feed it to.
Yeah, like I know people who's already listening without me having to tell them to listen. So then when I go to market, then okay now because I'm also like I guess I'm working on many different things, but they all tie in together. Like my brand is like I want to have a clothing line, music, photography, like all the different things I want to do. But financially, I want to be in a position to where I can just my process is so like deep, but like trying to make it simple is right now I'm not in the position that I want to be in to. But before I say that, there's never a perfect time. The perfect time to do anything is right now. But me, my intention is to do it later, which is
So,
why I'm not doing it right
um, what's your like? You mentioned clothing line. Um, what's your target audience in that?
now. My clothing line, my target audience is, my brand is protect your energy. That's my target audience. People who want to protect their
Yeah, yeah.
energy.
But in
And so
regards to
across,
who you're branding to though, because like you're not gonna be like this is only for people, right? That think this way. Because like I don't go buy a piece of clothing based on what my thought process is today. I go based on is this shit fly or not? Right?
no, no,
Do I like this
it's
shit?
gonna be fly and it's
So,
gonna be eco friendly and it's gonna be.
but so what I'm saying is, what's your target audience? Because like you have urban, you have fucking like business casual, you have.
I'm gonna be making all right. I'm gonna be making things that I wear. People compliment like the things I wear a lot.
So
Like people like my
what would
style.
you categorize your style as?
You know,
Urban wear, casual wear.
I
Uh,
wear all of it, but like mostly, I'm trying to get more into like business attire because like I feel like I just feel like I look good in business clothes. I also like in pursuing business, so like it should be added to my catalog. Then I also wear like streetwear. You know, I kind of just wear like a lot of different things. I don't really categorize myself as anything because that's another thing about me. I don't subject myself to being categorized in anything. Doesn't matter if it's an aesthetic,
yeah,
religion.
I'm the same way, bro. If it look good, if I like it, I'm gonna fuck with it. That's me personally. Whatever it is, if it could be a TV show, a movie, it could be clothing, it could be a car. Like we sitting in this car right now, and I ain't gonna hold you. Like I first I was like against this shit, and then I was like, yo, this shit makes all the sense in the world, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
so it just depends. It depends on what you got going on. If it works for you, it works for you and
Right.
shit.
But yeah, for my clothing line, whoever wants to be fly, comfortable, wearing eco-friendly clothes, to where you not only are you fly, but you're impacting the environment in a good way. You want to protect your energy, then it's for you. It's that simple. It's not really like
So
a.
elaborate on eco-friendly though. Are we like what materials would warrant it to be
See,
eco-friendly?
this is where I got it. Like,
Oh, you okay? I got you. All right.
because
Pause. All right,
because
pause.
I'm I'm in my research phase,
Got you.
so
But you just know that that's the direction you want to go in.
yeah,
So
and like the way like a lot of clothes get distributed and stuff like that from place to place, like a lot of emissions and all these different things are affecting the planet and stuff. Like I'm trying to,
so you conscious about the planet? You believe in global warming?
yes,
Okay. No,
every
yeah, it's not
yeah,
your
it's
question. It's a
we
real
have it.
question. It's a real question. It's not your question. The reason why I asked that though is um, how much how much damage do you feel is actually being done versus what they say is being done? Because
It's always more.
it's been put out there
It's
that
always more than what they say.
yeah. So when they say like you got 10 years, you're thinking we got like 5 or
I would say like, I
3.
mean, I never really want to put a time on it because you just never know. It could be right now that something happens, or it could be 20 years from now. They can estimate, certain. It's like me saying, oh, to a 3-year-old, oh, in 10 years from now, your two front teeth are gonna fall out. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah. Yeah, but he could trip right now, bust one out. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Um, so we done touched on music. Uh, you still didn't answer the question though. Do you have anything coming out? You
oh
you
yeah, yeah.
you
So
spoke on why
I
you don't advertise and promote, but you
yeah,
didn't
so
get
I do have something coming out in 2024 in the beginning of 2024. It's called Garden of Eden.
promotion. See how I got him? Promotion. Finally, one for the home team, bro. You've ducked every question, like bro, like you good at this shit. I ain't gonna lie. This is the first one I finally got you the phone to one, bro. This is the first. Yeah, I got him on one, yo. So
Man,
it's called Garden of Eden.
yeah.
Fire.
So I think my thing is like I'll be adding songs and then I'll be like, I'll make a song. I'm like, no, I gotta add this one
I
too. Like,
think
so
yeah.
I gotta check myself on trying to like when I say, oh, I might have 6 songs on here, and then I go make a song and I'm like, nah, this is fire. I gotta add this to this
Yeah.
too. But
So I know exactly what you mean. Like I had a project. called 60 Minutes of Pressure. My rap name was Pressure with one S. I did that on purpose. Um, and so what was I going? Oh, so my like the 60 Minutes of Pressure. That shit had like 28, 29 tracks on that shit. Cause I just
That's
can't
not even an
decide.
album no more. That's like a
Yeah, it was just like you. I'm like, you know what? Just fuck it. Like, cause if it don't make the cut, then what do you do with it? It just sits in the computer. So fuck it, throw it up and let's get it out there. And I'm from the hand to hand era. So like I used to have to go to Town Square, you know what I'm saying, get my shit out the hand to hand. Eventually, fucking MySpace came out, made life a little easier.
and that's another thing. Like nowadays with the streaming and stuff like that, I don't really like marketing is like yeah, it's a great tool, but like I don't really like I need to market,
But you
but
don't
like
yeah, I get what
I
you're saying. The machine does it for you. But this is the difference though, right? When I used to go to the street and market my shit and push my shit and sell it myself, I went home and I knew exactly how much I hustled that day. You know what I'm saying? Versus like how many streams before you like generate $1?
mm,
Do you know how that works or you not?
um it's different on like Spotify, Apple Music, but I don't know.
All right, y'all, we back, man. We had a little interruption there, a little bit of a technical difficulty, but we're back. So you were saying about
Um, I think we were talking about like marketing.
yeah, the marketing and why you don't promote, and we was talking about how you kept adding tracks. I was talking about how
60 minutes of
I
pressure.
had 28, 29 tracks. So as of right now, you're looking at what, six,
Yeah, I think it's eight,
eight, eight.
eight
So this is
songs.
more like an EP
Yeah,
scenario. Okay.
because I released the album a year. So I released the album this year already back in um October, and the one before that was in I think October again, like the year before that. This one, I'm trying to go in 2024. Like I'm not. And most people get in 24, they were like, oh, I'm just gonna take a break, go slow at the end of the year, and trying to go full steam ahead.
Yeah, no, I actually had the thing I was speaking about. When people say, "Oh, new year, new me," it's the biggest bullshit you ever hear. It's no such thing as a new you, but it could be a better you. New year, better me.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
stack on what I'm already doing to keep.
yeah.
So like I plan on doing it in January because like that's when my birthday is on the second. So I plan on like somewhere in mid January, probably end of January, looking January, February.
Or to release the music.
Yeah. But what
Gotcha.
I usually do, this is my marketing strategy. I release all my music on SoundCloud, all of it,
Mm.
on all platforms, some of it. Because for one, you gotta have leases and titles to the beats for one. A lot of artists, they be not knowing that, so they be not
Also,
paying.
you don't produce your own music. You buy or you download offline or
Yeah,
something.
so like BeatStars and like YouTube, there's different producers that have like different websites so that you can download beats and you can use the beat for free. You post it on SoundCloud. That's what I would do. I just ain't no point in rushing it. Like I'm not even like I'm an independent artist. So no matter where I look at it, I have to work harder and it takes longer to grow than the artist who's signed by like so. Ain't no point in rushing the process. I'm just enjoying the process. I put the free music on SoundCloud. Whoever finds it, finds it. I promote it. But if you go on all platforms, it's only gonna be music that I already paid for and already established. But also SoundCloud is like a lot of independent artists, find their tribe on SoundCloud instead of on Apple Music and
Yeah, yeah,
Spotify.
yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah, that's a fact. Cause I had a couple. In fact, I probably still got some shit on SoundCloud. I had um just before the whole thing happened with that Piff. I was going back and forth with that Piff. I was trying to get my music taken down. They didn't want to take my music down, and it was kind of going back and forth. And then like out of nowhere, they just fucking it's not a thing no more. That Piff is not a thing no more. You know what I'm saying? So it worked
Distro
out.
Distro Kid is what I use.
Oh yeah, yeah, because they put it on all platforms for you, right? Yeah, you pay like an annual membership for that shit, right?
Yeah, and you can like have the lyrics moving and syncing. So I mean, on all platforms they see the
Oh,
lyrics moving.
that's what's up.
But that's my marketing strategy. And also SoundCloud, you can listen to music on the website.
Where
Listen
can
to
they find you at on all platforms? Like, what's your handle so they know?
all right. So it's B as in boy, K as in kind, M as in Mary, Y as in you, dollar sign for the S. TRO. So BK Maestro, BKMy $TRO.
And that's across all platforms.
Yeah, but on my socials, it's still BK Maestro, but just the S is not a dollar sign.
It's
It's
a
a
S.
regular S.
Um, I know you did a show not too long ago. Was that your first live performance?
For my own music, yeah. I've done like karaoke's before. I've done like open mics, but I've never performed my own
So
music.
how was that experience?
It was it was an experience. It was like, you know what's crazy is I made a song called Familiar Faces, Empty Spaces, and the line I said this was like a month of the show when I made this song because when I was selling the tickets. I know people was like, yeah, I'm gonna come, but at the same time, like, no hate to nobody. Like, I'm not relying on nobody to come. Like, as long as I'm there,
Yeah, you're
I
the
know that.
artist. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like, as I'm looking at it as this is my first show anyway. I'm looking at it as a way to put myself out there. So I don't really care who shows up, who don't show up, because it's really not for you anyway. Yeah, it'd be cool if you came, but I'm not gonna hurt my feelings if you don't come
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
that. I'm not relying on you to come. But I made a song, and then the line was, um, stay in the studio like he ain't got nowhere to go. Looking out into the crowd, don't see nobody he knows. When I made that line, I was even like I was already picturing myself on the stage,
Doing that performance.
looking into the crowd and don't see nobody that I know, because I already know nobody wasn't going to come. Because
Gotcha.
not saying like I didn't have expectations. Like yeah, I figured some people would come, but for the most part, I already know people wasn't going to show up because it was like it was an hour drive. You know, like it was in Tampa, so like I don't live in Tampa, so like people got work, people got things to do. So like
It
I'm
was on a
like
weekday too, right? It was a
yeah, it was like a
weekday.
Thursday.
Yeah, it was a weekday because I was really trying to pull up. I actually even spoke. I spoke with John about it, and I thought it was coming up, and he's like, I think he did that one already, or whatever the case was. And so I didn't make it. I promoted it on my IG. I told people to pull up to that shit, but I didn't make it. I didn't make it.
But like at the same time, like I said, I don't really care. I got family who didn't go either, but like I understand like all life and so like
Yeah, nah, yeah. Life keeps coming at you, man. Life don't slow down. Don't wait. That's a fact. Um, so that's your first official performance. How you felt the crowd was vibing with you? You felt like the energy was there,
hey,
or they was trying to figure you out?
it was rocking. It's just that me personally, like I was supposed to go on last, but they had a mix up with the schedule. These two dudes had like similar names, so it messed up
The
the
order of how they.
order. So I ended up going first.
Oh shit.
But then everything that happened, I take it as a way of like, how can I make this?
But that's actually dope though, not to cut you off, because if I recall right, when I used to do shows, it was a collection of independent artists. They got a venue, and you went, you rocked out, and essentially, whoever was closing the show, if unless you was really that guy, by the time you hit the stage, man, that floor was empty because
Yeah,
everybody crowd left when the artist left.
yeah,
It's the same thing with like boxing. When I used to box, right? If you was the last fight of the night, 9 out of 10 times, unless you was that guy, that arena, that gym was gonna be empty by the time you got in that ring.
yeah.
Um,
I
and
had
uh,
I had stayed late to watch one of the other guys perform because I already know like, because I actually was like, dang, right now I'm going first. It's kind of better because like I get more time now because like, before I had like 10 minutes, but then when I went first I had 15 minutes. I'm like my first performance, 15 minutes is not bad. That's like 5, 6 songs.
how crazy is to do a 10, 15 minute performance, right? You think it shit is nothing, right? Your mouth get all dry, right? Oh shit, I remember that, man. We was at the Bowery Poetry Club the first time I like really rocked the stage, like on my shit, like it was my set. My brother came out with me, and he was like kind of doing like the hype man shit for me. Like we ping pong with each other all the time, and so it was the Bari, and I was like, man, I can't believe how thirsty. I have never been so thirsty. I used to box. I never been so thirsty in my life, bro. But it was something about just working the crowd, the lights, working the stage, performing. Music is going. You got to keep up with your work. It's so much going on and shit. So shout out to the artists that do this shit night after night after night, man, because that
Yeah.
shit is a whole different situation, man. Um,
But before we get into the next topic, another thing is like my other performances, I was doing karaoke, singing like "When I Was Your Man" by Bruno Mars, stuff like that. Like,
Gotcha, gotcha.
so when I perform my own music, it was like, and like just the microphone to like face like ratio, like
Yeah,
I
no, it's
can't really
different. Yeah,
hear myself.
nah,
I don't know if I'm too loud or too
yeah,
low in the mic, and then like so that was like kind of throwing me off too, because like I'm not used to it yet. But
yeah,
like
yeah. Nah, that's why they do sound check and shit like that, man. You're supposed to be there a couple hours early to the
nah,
sound check,
I
and then
was, but like
all right, are we back? Third time's a charm, man. Let's get this right. So we was discussing the performances, right? We was talking about well, what I was gonna ask you was from that experience moving forward in future performances, what's something that you feel you can add to your performance?
definitely is the actual performance. Because like when I was performing, I was kind of like I was just like this.
Yeah, yeah, you did the
Yeah,
typical.
like
Gotcha.
it was even one of the dudes. He was like saying like you got the bars and everything, but like
The delivery's gotta
they,
you gotta
yeah,
match the delivery. Got you. Um,
like they was feeling the music, they liked it, they was vibing. But like the songs that were more um like more upbeat, like
the energy.
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta match the energy.
because
Yeah, nah,
I was
you
matching
gotta
it.
work the crowd.
Yeah, I was matching the energy for the sadder songs, for like
You,
the
yeah,
slow pace
the
songs.
hyper joints. You gotta
Yeah,
match that.
because
Yeah,
I'm
for
not a
sure.
hype person. Like I'm,
Got
I
you,
just be
got you.
I got everything I do. Like if you don't ever see me or ever meet me, you hear my music, you be like, yo, he really is chilling. Like he laid back. You can tell. It's,
Um, so we've covered live performance, new music coming, where to find you, photography, skateboarding, parkour. Um, what's what's the one thing you feel you want your audience to know about you so they can connect with you before we wrap this up?
I want my audience to know how similar I am to them. How we're all very similar. Like we all experience the same emotions on the same level, just over different things. And like I'm no better than no one else. No one's no better than me. Like it's all just game of comparison, and that's what like not we should not be comparing ourselves to nobody but society. Makes it like makes it that way. But like I was on my audience just to know like I practice what I preach. Like, I'm not just saying it to say it. Like I say it because I truly believe it. Also because it's what's working for me. That's what I feel we should be doing it collectively to bring society up. You know, I also want them to know like I might look intimidating, but I'm not like yes, I can be intimidating and I'm serious, and things like that when it's time to be. But like I'm really down to earth. Like I'm really cool as ice.
It's all
Like
about that good energy, y'all. Um, um, I'm gonna. He don't do no promoting, but I'm gonna do some promoting for him. So I'm gonna put links out so y'all can find the songs directly. You can just click on the links and take you right to the songs. I'll put some links to some songs that I feel I connect to directly, and then once you get on his page, his music, you'll be able to find the rest. Um, BK Maestro on all socials with the S, and then BK Maestro with a dollar sign. When you're searching up the music, it'll make it that much easier to find them. This is a Brooklyn cat living in Florida, doing this thing, up and coming artist. Look out for the clothing, look out for the photography. If y'all need some photography work done, man, holla at your boy, man. He got y'all covered, man. Stop playing these games, man.
on that note, when you can go to my Instagram. I already have my photography page linked in on my bio. So when you search at BK Maestro for social media, with an S, you see Snap 3X. And just click on that, it'll take you to my photography page. You can look at it, do what you gotta do if you wanna get this shit done.
Holla at your boy, man. Don't be shy, man. Y'all already know, man. This is Coach Fig. We are on Figs Pro Tips, man. I'm gonna do a little chopping up because I have to clip these pieces. I'm gonna have to piece these clips together, and we have this for y'all most likely by the weekend. It'll be available for y'all. Spotify will have audio only first, and then from Spotify we'll do the rest of the work, man. So like always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate your time, man. Looking forward to what he's got coming up, and I'm gonna keep y'all in tune because he's not gonna promote, so he says. So I'm gonna promote.
On promote is not right now.
Not right now. I'm doing it now. Right? Whatever I can find, y'all gonna get access to it, man. Hey man, it's
I
been
promote
dope.
certain things.
Chopping it up with you, man. We're gonna do it again too. You know, we're gonna do a follow up and all this. Once the studio is set up, we could do this in studio. By the way, we in the car right now. Y'all can see the whole Pan situation going on, and we just kicking in. The setup we had planned for today didn't line up the way we wanted to, so it's all good though. We improvise, we here, nothing gonna stop us. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep pushing forward to be great. Like always, peace, love to everybody. God bless. You know, and stay true, stay pure. I mean, that's where we at with it.
Yes, sir. Peace, love, and light, healing. Protect your energy.
Out of here. Yeah, I chop all this shit up.